I've been inspired to come down to the beach and do some long exposures. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. But for the moment, I've got an incoming tide and it's a little higher over there, and I've got to get back down here, so I'm just get to work. Now, I've already got a set of ND filters on the camera. That's because I've been doing a little bit before I got here and decided to press record for you guys. I'm not certain where my shot is just yet, but let's just say it's here somewhere, and we'll kind of work that out. Let's just wander around and see what we can find. Now, of course, position on a bright beach is important. If I was on the other side of that shooting this groyne, everything would be in shadow because the sun's over there. My image has got to be somewhere just down here of these. I'm not sure where, but I'm concerned about getting everything wet here now, and I think I need to be lower as well. So lower because I need all of those groynes below above the horizon, breaking that horizon line, otherwise that line just cuts the image completely. And what I suspect I'm going to get here is a long exposure in black and white. Tripod legs down, I'm going to leave at least part of the lower leg extended, for the very simple reason, if I put it too close to the lock, I'm going to get sand in it, and that's not good news. Always extend your lower legs a little bit before you stick it down on dirty surfaces where you're going to get grit and such up, so it doesn't get into your leg lock. And no, that needs to go lower still, so that leg in to what, 6 inches, something like that. Don't really want to go much lower than that on it. Let's see what we can do here. One of them is just on the horizon, so I'm going to get the leg out at a deeper angle, and that will get me lower down. There we go. That solved the problem. So the inspiration then, well, back on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, yes, Tuesday, Andrew Atintkson, an incredibly good seascape long exposure photographer, came down to Norfolk, and we spent many hours together in the late afternoon, early evening, and I wasn't very inspired at the time. He shot some amazing things before he got here. I took him to some other places, and yeah, I don't know, maybe. Anyway, it's what's got me thinking about doing this. So here we are. This is nothing special whatsoever, and because this huge amount of light, I'm not getting that long an exposure, but 10 seconds is enough. And the thing with these kind of images is when you've got all these sticks and such around, you've got to make sure it's like woodland. You've got to make sure that each one of them's got some kind of gap between them. You don't want them all merging together. It's not so bad when they get further off into the distance, but the more prominent ones have got to have some kind of space between them. Otherwise, it just begins to look really messy. Now, for sure, these images, there's absolutely nothing special about them. I just wanted to get out and kind of do something, be a bit creative, make a video. I'm not being that careful about it, you know, it's a bit of fun right now. I'm not creating art here, I'm just out enjoying the evening. And at this time of year, lots of people should be doing that, and it is all easy to get to the end of a day's work or something. Oh, sorry, I don't want to go out. But when you've got beautiful weather like this, and most of the heat is gone, if you can get certainly to a place like this, fantastic. I'll tell you what else there is here. Let me twist you around. Now, I don't know how well the camera's going to be picking this up, but down here we've just got the kind of sea mist and haze kind of just all the way down there. I love that. I got a shot earlier, I'm not entirely certain of it. because we've got a lot of the groynes and such in the way. I would like an unhindered view of, I'm going to turn around because I know that I'm in shadow here, silhouette. Yeah, I'd like an unhindered view of the cliff and coastline going all the way down, just with that mist kind of coming around it and such. And I'm not going to get that because, well, there's stuff here. So make the best of it. Probably take the ND filters off. Maybe I won't, I'm not sure yet, because if I'm catching any of this moving waves in there, I'd rather have that milky and smooth in the same way as the rest of the image is smooth, you know, that regression of the fog and everything, well, not fog, mist, you know, and if there is anything kind of down there catching that with the waves, it would just look better to have softness mingled with the hard edges of the groynes and such, because of course I'm looking into the sun. They're all in silhouette, so it's one of those images that is only going to have the colour of the sunset. So yeah, it's going to be very bright for quite some time. It's not going to orange up for probably another hour yet. And well, if I'm only got that and a bit of blue sea to deal with, it's got to be black and white.
Now, I do like this in black and white, but I think it does very much show that you can't always be right. Basically, never dismiss the colour. If you've got something in your mind that might work, well, give it a try. And, of course, the camera's recording in colour. In any case, black and white is the alternative. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer, the mono or the colour.
Now I think I've got a composition, because there's the remainder of the groyne kind of back here, beyond these old sea defences, and sands all over the place behind it. It's really quite nice as a silhouette against the sun. See what I mean? I can almost certainly do something interesting with that. I think I've got something that works here. I need to be quite high, so legs out and assume the position. I'm not sure exactly where this composition is, but it's somewhere down here. I've got some very long shadows, so I want probably more shadow than anything else. Maybe would I be better with a horizontal or a vertical? I don't know.
Now, you need to bear in mind that I'm on the east coast of the UK and I've got the sun setting over the sea. Now, that happens here in Norfolk. From kind of early summer to late summer, we get the sun rise and set over the sea. It's pretty amazing. Why not come and witness it? I've got holiday cottages all along the coast. There's links down in the description. So it's only a short one this week. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've been inspired as I was to go out and maybe do some long exposures. Take care, see you soon.